Welcome back. Thanks for staying tuned. Stay hard Factor 92.3 Nigeria Info here in Harcourt. I'm Dio. 9 minutes gone past 4 p.m. Conversation continues. Many thanks for staying tuned. And right now we're discussing the position of local government chairmen across the country who say that they are in support of fiscal and political restructuring in the country. And as I did mention at the start of the show today, restructuring, devolution of powers, fiscal federalism, political federalism, true federalism, sincere federalism, state policing, and other similar expressions appear to be the new political mantra that's topping just about every headline in the country at the moment. And unsurprisingly, or surprisingly, depends on your perspective, even local government chairmen have waded into the matter as well, and that forms to a great degree the subject of the conversation in this hour. Now, this was some news earlier on, just days before today precisely. The chairman of the 774 local government areas in the country, under the aegis of the Association of Local Governments of Nigeria, ALGON, has backed the demand for fiscal and political restructuring of the country. In an interview, ALGON President Kola Alabi said a third tier of government should get the largest chunk of the federal allocation. Mr. Alabi recommended a 35.5% of the federal allocation be given to the local government as against the current 20.60%. As you may know, under the current revenue sharing formula, the federal government, takes 52.68%, states 26.72%, and local governments 20.60%, with 13% derivation revenue going to all producing states. Also, Nigerian Union of Local Government Employees, the umbrella body for all local government employees across the country, joined their chairman to demand restructuring as well as the review of the federal allocation formula that will favor the third tier of government. Are the local government chairmen really serious about the backing of restructuring at this time? These and other related matters, and what does it even really mean? We're discussing in this hour. My guest is joined me in the studio, Chairman, Ikwerre Local Government Area here in Rivers State, Honorable Samuel Nwanosike. Chairman, good evening to you. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Dio. Thank you for the opportunity of having me join you in your show.
Great. It's always good to have you here. Surprisingly, and quite shocking for me, not every local government chairman in Rivers State is willing to accept invitations, but every time such is extended to you, you always, as much as possible, try to honor them. I do appreciate that. Thanks for your time once again. Now to the conversation. Are you, Chairman, serious about this? 774 of you, I imagine you had a meeting, you had some kind of communication, reportedly you all agreed. So let me ask you this first. Does this represent, to the best of your knowledge, the position of all the 774 local government chairmen in Nigeria?
First of all, let me say here clearly, I'm under obligation to make appearance on your studio whenever you invite me because I'm a public servant. I owe as a duty to tell the people I'm governing via this medium how I'm governing them and how I'm managing their resources when they have opportunity. And that's why I like when I'm in your show. I like people to call in and we'll have a clear conversation about what we're doing for them because we're public servants. In answering the question you asked, my brother, yes, local government chairman, we've not had any meeting. Anybody that says any local government chairman met, it's strange to me because I've been a local government chairman since 2018. We have our issues, but when the truth is sold to you and you see that this is a clear truth, you stand by it. For me, as a chairman of Ikwerre local government, I don't want to be distracted with the proper situation that we all as Nigerians must focus on. We have said clearly that restructuring is the only way to solve the problem we are facing today in this nation. We're also saying clearly that in course of doing this restructuring, one major issue that must be looked into is the revenue sharing formula. We said so. Because I have been in your studio severally to say that I don't see any wisdom in the fact that a few hands at the federal level are allowed to manage 52% of the allocation, and the patronage sum of 20-something% is given to the local government and 20-something% is given to the state. So they're thereabouts. So for us, you cannot say you're restructuring Nigeria to allow for state policing, restructuring Nigeria to allow for several issues that is bedeviling us, like a true federal state, like we have in the country called America, that we all are looking up to or we are trying to learn from. We are saying that if this restructuring will work, then you need to devolve more power. There are a lot of powers that are enshrined in our constitution that the federal government has nothing to do with, that the state should take over. And so we are saying clearly that it should be total restructuring. Allow for community policing, which is the local government police system, allow for state policing, and allow the federal government to have a police structure so that we can complement each other.
Talking about the revenue sharing formula, Kolade Alade is saying that the local government should get the highest chunk. Also, reportedly, the Nigerian Union of Local Government Employees also released a statement. The NOGE president is Akim Ambele. He's also proposing, in fact, he's saying 60% of the allocation to go to local councils, much higher than what the Algon president was recommending. Do you share their sentiment as well that local government should get the highest chunk of the allocation?
I don't totally agree to that, because I believe that if you look at the 3 tiers of government, what should help us get more results is giving more allocation to the states. The second in the line should be the local government, then the federal government should get the least, because the federal government doesn't have any business in running states. For instance, I was on news yesterday, I had a press conference yesterday where I said the current Minister for Transportation, Rotimi Amechi, had not attracted any federal presence to River State. 6 years down the line, the Buhari administration, the same administration he bragged about, that he sponsored the administration of President Muhammad Buhari and other APC governors. He said it on national television on tape in a function held in Abuja. So the point I'm trying to make here is, I have said, and I should also be quoted clearly, that I have not attended any meeting with my colleague, fellow local government chairman in Nigeria. But that if a man speaks the truth, I will stand by the man. But what I'm saying, in my own opinion, that the state should get more, then followed by the local government, then the federal. That's my opinion.
Now, for you, what does you've mentioned as one of the things to consider to be a key element of this restructuring agenda, the revenue sharing formula? You've explained your position on that. What other elements do you think are key to any restructuring moves in the country?
Managing the security architecture. You can't call a man chief security officer, he does not have the power to even direct a DP of a police division to take an action. Because if, by the way our country is structured today, if the governor of a state calls a DPO, let's for instance, my one police station DPO or any other DPO for instance, say, I want you to do this, the DPO would say, okay sir, I've heard you, but he will drop his phone and try to call the commissioner of police to take clearance. And the commissioner of police will thereby want to call the IG to take clearance. Because we live in a society where everybody is being enchanted based on the actions they take in the office, whether you mean well or not. So the point I'm trying to make is, apart from the restructuring our funds distribution, the security architecture needs also to be restructured. Because if you say you want states to take responsibility of their day-to-day activities, because the governors want an oath to protect the lives and property of the people of the state, how does the governor achieve that? Or how does he function in that capacity when he does not have the power to decide who is being deployed as a CP in his state? In River State, do you know how many CPs we've had since 3 years we became governor? Every CP that has been sent since Rotimi Amechi left this state as the governor of River State has been handpicked by Rotimi Amechi. It is there. He's bragged about it. He has bragged about it severally. But that is not our point that was not our point of discussion, but we have to mention them because they are realities of life. So the point I'm making is that if you want a governor to really say he's the chief executive officer and he's the commander-in-chief of his state, the governor should be allowed to manage the security architecture of that state.
No, it's all well and good asking for fiscal restructuring, and many would say that's a component of what has now been tagged true federalism.
That is it. That is the true federalism we are talking about.
But this so-called true federalism, also a core condiment or requirement of it also is political restructuring. So whilst fiscal restructuring might be a welcomed idea, Are you fully in support of political restructuring also?
It depends on what angle you're calling for the political restructuring. What kind of, in what aspect, in what area?
Okay, what does it mean to you? What aspect of it are you comfortable with?
First of all, to start with, we have a problem in this nation to solve because I'm tired of talking. I'm tired. Every day we are holding talk shops, we're in the studio, we're holding symposiums, we're calling...
but the politicians are the ones who talk the most.
No, I'm coming.
Okay.
If we talk, and after talking we act, and we see results from our actions, then it's making sense to continue to talk. But I'm not saying we'll stop talking, because it's better to keep talking than to keep quiet. You understand? But the point I'm trying to make here, my brother, is that the problem we have now, they are not rocket science to solve. One, we know we have a problem with the political class, which I am one of them, as a young man. But the problem is that if I want to really be called to work for my people, I should know that in the next coming election, after I have the opportunity I have today, that the people will truly choose who will be the next leader, then I will sit up. I listened to a program this morning, although anchored by my friend and my sister, Boviri, who I will say clearly today to the people of Rivers State that she's an APC card carrying member. Because let me, don't worry now, don't worry. The video of her program is on air. Everybody in Nigeria has been speaking about it. No press, no anchor of any program would speak or behave the way she behaves. I want your team, I want your organization. If I leave this studio, they should go back and play back the tape of today, her morning show, and check. Hold on, and check. I'm telling you, and check if what I'm saying. You see, we don't want to push it too far, because if we want to push it too far, it's a simple thing: writing a letter to MBs, and we'll provide the evidence, and they will come and check. That's the only way to make this Nigeria work. Because we saw clearly where she was defending those who are holding opposing view to the People's Democratic Party. Then those who are holding a counter view to the APC, she will attack them. Right. She even made one statement that was so ridiculous. She said, can you imagine someone, hold on, I know you will do this because she's your colleague. That's no problem. Now, she even went as far as ridiculing herself by saying somebody was on air to say that Rotimi Amechi was owing over 100 months of teacher salary. Well, let me say it so that she will hear it. Rotimi Amechi did not employ the 13,000 teachers in Rivers State because she truly wanted to employ them. Rotimi Amechi waited for a few months for him to leave office to create a logjam, believing that his prophecy that weekend will not have the ability to pay workers salary to work on the Rivers State will be because he saw clearly that the election in 2015 that there's no way he could deliver his surrogate that could put aside in the election. Chairman, but that's not an issue. Let's end it.
If we can have a conversation.
Yes.
Pardon me. I think we've veered off course. So if I may bring us back.
No problem. I'll join you. Bring us back.
We're not discussing your perceptions about the former governor, neither are we discussing your perception about the professional.
No, I just raised an issue. I raised an issue that came up based on the discussion we're having.
Entirely unrelated.
No, it was related initially, but now you have called us to order. Let's continue our discussion. The point has been made.
Okay, that's fine. So back to the issue of discussion, and I asked you a question, which I must state you have not responded to. I asked you about the political restructuring. What your thoughts were, and you asked, it depends on what I mean, and I asked you, what does that mean?
Political restructuring is too open.
Are you comfortable with?
Political restructuring is too open.
Okay, maybe I should narrow it down.
Yes, narrow it down.
Okay, now, right now, I'm sure you're aware that parliamentary staff, parliamentary workers in the states across the country are on a strike.
Yes, I'm aware.
You're also aware that the judiciary staff also are on strike,
yes, I'm
nation, which has crippled the justice delivery system in the country.
Which is unfortunate.
Quite so, I agree. Which has also crippled lawmaking activity.
But it's unfortunate that when Rotimi Amechi locked the court for 2 years, you never called to the nation that it was unfortunate that the courts were locked. But you can go ahead.
So I also am a card member of the APC?
No, you are not, because you have not shown so. But not shown so this morning. Okay. But we agree with her, because you only have one vote.
Okay, so back to the story. So these workers are on strike because of what they are convinced, and I think it's quite obvious to everyone as well, as a lack of proper political structures within the states and the country, because the state governors are not willing, quite evidently by the way, to allow the state House of Assembly to function independent of them. They are also similarly unwilling to not interfere in the affairs of the judiciary as well. How can you talk about restructuring, yet you don't want to hands off completely in the affairs of your state legislature and the state judiciary as well? And do they have a moral standing or ground to make these demands of restructuring? When within the state, we have a major crisis as far as political restructuring is concerned.
The governors have provided a solution for that. The governors in their meeting in Asaba, the South governors in the meeting in Asaba, has advised Mr. President to call for a national dialogue. And on that platform, if Mr. President agrees and he truly wants us to solve the problem in this country, the governors have given him an opportunity. It's not by sitting down in the presidential villa and signing the executive bills, executive orders. The point we are making is that when you call for this national dialogue, these issues will be raised.
Why do the governors not want their state legislature and judiciary to be independent?
The governors have not said so. Hold on. You heard. I'm not standing in for the governors because I'm not a governor. I'm saying from what we are seeing as Nigerians happening, the governors have come out to say, through the chairman of the Nigerian Governors Forum, that they are ready for that. But the point is simple. If you say you're not convinced that the governors are ready, let's have a public discussion about it. Why is the president finding it difficult, or why are people finding it difficult to listen to the 17 South governors and the communique they raised? Read the communique. It is clear you want this to happen. Simple. You convoke a national dialogue where the governors will be seated, and this thing you're pointing out now will be pointed out to the governors.
I don't think this requires a national. It's a constitutional matter. The spirit of the constitution is very clear. We have 3 arms of government. All 3. I was taught this in elementary government.
I said correct.
All 3 arms of government are supposed to be independent of each other.
Agreed.
And a major component of independence and this restructuring, even as you have identified, also is fiscal independence.
Yes.
Fiscal restructuring. Why then do the governors need a national dialogue?
No, hold on. Let me tell you.
The spirit of the constitution already allows for, and is even the right thing to do.
No problem. We are saying, the governors are saying, that what is leading to the strike is not them. Now, me and you will keep arguing here until we bring everybody to the table of discourse. That's the point. For instance, look at what's happening in Kaduna today. If you ask the governor of Kaduna State, he has his opinion. He has the reason why he wants to take the action he's taking. But NSC is saying, you are not following the law. You must follow the laws before you achieve whatever you want to achieve. As a local government chairman, I have said here in the studio that the local government law does not allow me to hire or fire anybody. I have a local government service commission that hires people for me even when I don't need their services. So if it was Governor Wike that have taken the decision Rufai has taken, I can assure you Rivers State would have been shut down. In fact,
Kaduna State has been shut down.
Kaduna State has been shut down.
Yes.
Good and fine. We've heard the story that came out that armed talks dispersed the protest of NLC. Who sponsored the armed talks?
I don't know.
Thank you. Let's not even go that direction, because going that direction is running in circles.
But
the point, sir,
yeah.
You have raised a very germane discussion point. And we are saying, Mr. President, please do the needful. First thing first, send the bill to the National Assembly. And let's have a proper restructuring.
Still talking about
let me finish. I've not finished my point, so you can allow me land.
Go ahead.
Now, if that is done, Mr. President also have a responsibility. Since he is perceiving that the positions of the governor is against him, why not he too use this opportunity too to sort out all these other problems against the governors, if there is any?
What problems?
That's like what you raised. You raised it here. That the governors are now allowing the other arms of government to be independent.
The same thing even goes.
No, hold on. Let me finish. You can ask your question. Okay. I've not finished.
Please.
No, if I'm talking and you're cutting me, it will make the points in my head. You know, in my proverb, they say this talk is like a very high-tempered dog. Before you know it will run away. You understand? The point I'm making is that you raised it. Now, Mr. President can say, okay, fine and good. We all are Nigerians. We want this nation to be better. We want this nation to be good. All of us should come to a round table. National Assembly, we are meeting maybe International Conference Center in Abuja. These are the discussions we're going to have. First thing first, we want state police approved. We want revenue allocation. How do we want it? Arguments will be made. Decisions will be taken. That one is gone. Now, governors will also come to your own parts. You're not allowing this, you're not allowing that. Allow the state assemblies to be independent. Allow this to be independent. That also will be done. The governors are ready. Let me also tell you, I don't want to, if I say a thing, I will say, oh, you're saying it because yes, Wike is the governor of the state and he's your boss. No, but the truth of the matter is that The president should stop sitting down in his office and raising executive orders and believing that people will keep quiet when we are living the
executive orders.
You cannot raise an executive order and tell people who understand the constitution of Nigeria to keep quiet.
Executive orders are not alien to our system, not alien to democracy. Executive orders, by the way, is not the creation of law. Executive orders is simply giving effect to existing law. So there's nothing particularly strange or untoward about executive orders. But that said, still on the matter of political restructuring, even the third tier of government is not spared. I mean, we're talking arms of government at one level, judiciary, legislature, but even the third tier of government is not spared as well. Local government also. It is a common belief that in Nigeria, local governments have simply become an extension of governors across the country, and governors literally determine and decide what happens at local government level. We have governors who suspend democratically elected governors keep them out of office, and who literally have become puppet masters to local government chairmen in their states, and this is a phenomenon across the country.
You have come back to where I was before with you, before you. I thought you were moving forward. You've returned back. That's why I was saying we're on the second.
No.
First of all, now let me also ask you now. These are the issues we're talking about in the 1999 Constitution.
How can local How can local government chairmen be saying that they are backing demands for restructuring, both fiscal and political, when within their states the governors are not allowing them function to the full capacity that their office and the Constitution guarantees?
That is not in my state. It's not in River State. Now, I am asking you, my brother. You know, we have cried here severally. The problem is the 1999 Constitution that have said that the local government will be supervised by the House of Assembly. And clearly written black and white, the governor has a role to supervise the local government system. We have a joint revenue account called JAC. All these are constitutional matters. And so when you want to work on them, you call for the constitutional amendment.
It's the same way we have FAC at the federal level. But imagine if the federal government decides to withhold monies that should go to states. There's going to be an outcry.
It has been done before.
The same way
it has been done before in this country.
Well,
under Obasanjo it was done.
It's an anomaly. It's not the norm.
So now you have identified the problem. Why do we continue to deceive ourselves? This issue, call any guys tomorrow, is the same subject matter. Why don't we move forward as a people? Simple. This matter are matters that can be resolved by the National Assembly. Convoke a national dialogue. Let's resolve those matters. Let's go back to the 1999 Constitution and change those issues, and so that everybody will mind their business.
It's Hard Factor 92.3 Nigeria Info and here in Port Harcourt. Chairman of Ikwerre local government area, Honorable Samuel Nwanosike is my guest. We're discussing calls by chairmen across the country for backing calls for fiscal and political restructuring of the country. Quick break. We'll return. Conversation continues. Please stay with us.
Connect with your customers. Advertise on 92.3 Nigeria Info. Visit our downtown office at Shop 9, Mediatrix of All Gracies Plaza, opposite FIRS, Stadium Road, Port Harcourt, and book your commercials. Call 0817 001 8162. That is 0817 001 8162. And let us connect you to your customers. Connect with your customers. Advertise on 92.3 Nigeria Info. Visit our downtown office at Shop 9, Mediatrix of All Gracies Plaza, opposite FIRS, Stadium Road, Port Harcourt, and book your commercials. Call 0817 001 8162. That is 0817 001 8162. And let us connect you to your customers. Connect with your customers. Advertise on 92.3 Nigeria Info. Visit our downtown office at Shop 9, Mediatrix of All Gracies Plaza, opposite FIRS, Stadium Road, Port Harcourt, and book your commercials. Call 0817 001 8162. That is 0817 001 8162. And let us connect you to your customers. Connect with your customers. Advertise on 92.3 Nigeria Info. Visit our downtown office at Shop 9, Mediatrix of All Gracies Plaza, opposite FIRS, Stadium Road, Port Harcourt, and book your commercials. Call 0817 001 8162. That is 0817 001 8162. And let us connect you to your customers. Connect with your customers. Advertise on 92.3 Nigeria Info. Visit our downtown office at Shop 9, Mediatrix of All Gracies Plaza, opposite FIRS, Stadium Road, Port Harcourt, and book your commercials. Call 0817 001 8162. That is 0817 001 8162. And let us connect you to your customers. Connect with your customers. Advertise on 92.3 Nigeria Info. Visit our downtown office at Shop 9, Mediatrix of All Gracies Plaza, opposite FIRS, Stadium Road, Port Harcourt, and book your commercials. Call 0817 001 8162. That is 0817 001 8162. And let us connect you to your customers. Connect with your customers. Advertise on 92.3 Nigeria Info. Visit our downtown office at Shop 9, Mediatrix of All Gracies Plaza, opposite FIRS, Stadium Road, Port Harcourt, and book your commercials. Call 0817 001 8162. That is 0817 001 8162. And let us connect you to your customers. Connect with your customers. Advertise on 92.3 Nigeria Info. Visit our downtown office at Shop 9, Mediatrix of All Gracies Plaza, opposite FIRS, Stadium Road, Port Harcourt, and book your commercials. Call 0817 001 8162. That is 0817 001 8162. And let us connect you to your customers. Connect with your customers. Advertise on 92.3 Nigeria Info. Visit our downtown office at Shop 9, Mediatrix of All Gracies Plaza, opposite FIRS, Stadium Road, Port Harcourt, and book your commercials. Call 0817 001 8162. That is 0817 001 8162. And let us connect you to your customers. Connect with your customers. Advertise on 92.3 Nigeria Info. Visit our downtown office at Shop 9, Mediatrix of All Gracies Plaza, opposite FIRS, Stadium Road, Port Harcourt, and book your commercial.
Okay, we actually had Factor 91.3 Nigeria Info here in Port Harcourt. I'm Dad. We got 22 minutes ago before 5 o'clock. The news will becomes about 5 for the moment. We're discussing restructuring still. Once again, as I did mention at the start of the conversation today, appears to be the latest political mantra in the country, and unsurprisingly, it may continue that way till the 2023 general elections. But joining me in the studio once again for the conversation as chairmen across the country, including my guest in the studio, has expressed support for fiscal and political restructuring in the country as the only way forward. Chairman, Ikwerre Local Government Area, Honorable Samuel Nwanosike. Chairman, you're welcome once again.
Thank you very much for having me.
You're welcome to join the conversation right now. Lines are officially open. 0817 923 0002 or 0003. That's 0817 923 0007 or 0009. We are live on Twitter at Nigeria Info PH, also live on Facebook.com/Nigeria Info PH. Do drop a comment there, and we'll make sure to get to your comments and or questions as soon as I possibly can. Also, WhatsApp is on 0809 030 6416. Also, Chairman, you also expressed comments in support of the South or the Southern governors, the what has now been termed the Asaba Declaration. Yeah. There were 10 points that were issued, or 10 demands, if you will, that were raised from that meeting. One of which was an outright ban on grazing, on outdoor grazing. I'm trying to I've forgotten the right expression right now, but anyways,
open grazing.
Open grazing. Thank you very much. An absolute ban on that, and you said you are going to give absolute effect to that in your local government area as well. What steps are you taking as regards that, and have you taken any steps already to implement that ban?
We are waiting for the enabling laws from the states. Once that law is brought forward and a position is crested, you heard clearly the governor of Rivers State said it when he was honored, and I want to use this opportunity to thank our brothers in the 4 local government and the Ogoni national ethnic nationality for the very first time coming out to encourage those who have done well for the people of Rivers State. And I know why some people are feeling that they need to go crazy, because Ogoni is what Ogoni people didn't do for them while they were in power. Ogoni people did to recognize them so wicked. That is the whole noise that we had over the weekend. But that's not the matter of discussion today. So I want to thank the Ogoni people, and I want to especially thank Senator Magnus Ngeyabe for keeping party aside and saying, look, truth must be told. This governor have touched the life of the Ogoni people, and the Ogoni people appreciates him. The governor said there that day in that function, said there is no going back on the issue of open grazing. And we in the Ikwerre local government, we're not going back. We'll stand with the governors of the South, and whatever decision that has come out from whatever meeting they do, and for the final assertion of this, we will implement it 100%.
We'll come back to that in a moment, but I've got George on the line now. George, you're welcome. Please go ahead.
Good evening.
Go ahead, please. Straight to your comment to question, please. George, I mentioned your name already. Please go ahead.
Okay, yeah. I want to ask your guest in your studio. I'm George from Romeo. I want to ask you the true federalism. And let us go back to the INEC and research in INEC. You can see that the INEC is conducting a free and fair election. Why is it that in the research, like in research presently, they conducted election that was not free and fair? And you can see that the 23 local government that contested the election, it was
George, if you have any questions as regards to research and whether or not free and fair elections were conducted, you might want to extend. No, I'm not taking a second question from you, George. You might want to extend that question to research, or whenever I'm discussing research-related matters in the studio. I've got John on the line. John is gone. Call back if you can. Moses is gone as well. Moses, do call back if you can. Also, 0817-923-0002 or 0003, 0817-923-000709. And Chairman, do you think that the states, the federal government obviously should do something, no doubt, but do you think that states can also tap into the opportunities, and even local governments also can tap into the opportunities that there are with in the matter of herding cattle? As many people are of the opinion that it's a Fulani sin, but I've often heard that it's not a Fulani sin. And even though the majority of people who are into the cattle business might be Fulanis, we also have lots of Southerners, even here in the South South, and especially in the Southwest also, whose main business, who are heavily invested in cattle herding or cattle rearing as well. Do you think it's something that the South might want to look into and even tap into some opportunities and come to some kind of arrangement or agreement with these herders? Do you think that's a possibility?
Simply put, necessity is the mother of all invention. Even you that is asking this question, nobody knows where your tomorrow will be.
Could you hold that thought, please? Let's take a call. You'll respond to that question shortly. Hello, Promise, you're welcome.
Yeah, good evening, Dayo.
All right, go ahead. Yeah, straight to your comment to question.
All right, good evening, my boss.
Good evening, sir.
All right, Ejoku Promise, Paddy Junior.
Go ahead.
Dayo, please, what we're talking about is restructuring. And everyone in this country knows too well that restructuring will go a long way to help us. Even in the security challenges we are talking about, it will help us to manage the security issues we are having. It will go a long way. When a governor, let me use the governor of Rivers State, for example, is commanding the security agencies, has the right to tell them what and what to do. I believe it will go a long way to help us. The man is not the commander-in-chief of the armed forces. I could remember in the 60s, 70s, when even traditional rulers have a constitutional role, where they even act as regional governors. You know, this was pointing to managing security challenges they were having. And look at, compare that time
Promise,
to now.
I'm very certain there was never a time traditional rulers acted as regional governors in Nigeria.
Go and check our constitution far back in the 70s.
Okay, I'm sure once again, I'm very certain once again there was never a time a constitution allowed for traditional rulers to serve as regional governors.
Let us all adhere to the restructuring we are talking about. It will go a long way to help us.
Promise, great to hear from you. Douglas, call back. Felix Nrumudara, hi, go ahead.
Hello, good evening.
Hello, go ahead.
Yes, Mr. Nwanosike was talking about that they should come to a national dialogue where they will not bring up state police and all of that. And the question he has not answered. The ones that is under the law, where the legislature is independent, where you should take, they should be autonomous, the local government should be autonomous, the judiciary should be autonomous, and you held all this one, keep. And he said you don't want to release those ones until these other ones should be. Then if they do that one, then what do you want the other ones for? When the one that has been given to you, the one that has been passed to law or what has in the law, you don't want to implement, and you want more.
Felix, could you hear from me, Chairman?
My brother Felix should know that we're sitting on a keg of gunpowder, and arguments like this will not help us solve the problem we have today. If he does not understand what is happening, they've been killing security agents in our states. It has never happened before in the annals of this country in that number. We must do something as a people to restore confidence on those we are leading. I don't think he understands. See, Dayo, I told you the other day I was in your studio that if something is done, a time will come you might not even have the opportunity of coming to this studio to work, because this studio will also be a point of target. So the problem is, I have said here clearly,
people love what we do.
Hold on, hold on.
Go ahead.
Don't be deceived. In the time of crisis, don't be deceived. That's the point I will tell you today. Don't forget. Now, the truth of the matter is that if Mr. Felix understands properly what we're discussing here, is that by the time that national dialogue is called, it will not only be Mr. President's issue we are discussing. Even the National Assembly has issues to answer. We local government chairmen will have issues to answer. Everybody will be told, look, when once that is done, we can have a healthy competition economically. States can be able to run on their pace. Look at what's happening in America. California, the state of California, it has the biggest economy in America. Yet, it has not stopped the states of Arizona to move. It has not stopped the states of Denver to move. It has not stopped the state of Philadelphia to move. Everybody is struggling to do the best, and that's why America is flourishing. So we're saying we can have such situation. If we are called the giant of Africa, why don't we see this as an opportunity God has brought our way? And why can't President Muhammad Buhari and those around him say, look, enough is enough? Like Nigerians said they don't want military rule anymore, and stood their ground and said enough of the military rule, and today we've been practicing democracy since 1990 dates.
Can you go back?
We can also in public discourse agree on a lot of things. A lot of people have a lot of things that are holding back. Since you will not obey the 2014 National Convert report, since you don't want to implement it, since you believe it's a Jonathan-made document, no problem, and you don't want to call yours, we agree. We want a national dialogue.
Chairman, please
confidence will restore back to those who are
leading.
Let's
go back to the earlier question I asked you about, which you were about to give a response to before I took a call about opportunities in Ikwerre that the South may be able to tap into.
Okay, good, fine. I said, I didn't even put it. Said
talking about me.
No, hold on. No, I talked about that's the phrase I used. I said, necessity is the mother of all invention. When once is staring you at the face, you will become ingenious. And I went further to say, even if you die, nobody knows if tomorrow that will be your line of business. Because if this is done, we have restructured this nation. People now see cattle rearing as a business, like opening a restaurant, like opening a clothing line, like running a transport company, like opening a cement factory. Then you can see that investors will come into Nigeria not only to rear cows, but to make car rearing business, all its chain be developed. There are a lot of chain in the car rearing business. Go to Netherlands. Go and see how much they're making. In fact, they're even going to synthetic beef now to make more money. So the point we are making is that the time for ranching is now. If we are how many million Nigerians when we are doing open grazing, the need for land is too much now. No more, no way.
All right,
open grazing anymore. It will work.
We've got Alex and Clement was gone. Do call Mark if you can, but via Facebook, Precious Presh goes, restructuring should also come in the mind of the politicians. They need to restructure their mindset. Nigerian politicians are so self-centered and full of selfishness. All right, Precious, good to hear from you also. Let's see if I can take any...
I don't know if I can talk about what Precious talked about now. It's not our problem of how selfish any man is. We once we have the enabling laws, everybody will fall in line. In America, don't you have selfish people? We have selfish leaders in America too. But because there is a law in America, look, you'll be whipped to the line because you know when you break the law, you will face the time. It's as simple as ABCD.
Via Twitter at Talk to Amigo Twitter. I believe that LGA autonomy is also part of restructuring. You're aware that the RSHA voted against LGA autonomy and the continuous illegal suspensions of elected LGA chairmen by the past and present governors of the state. What can you say about that? We have discussed that somewhat. Hello, hard fact to welcome.
Yeah, good evening, Dayo.
Hello, please straight to your comment or question very quick.
Thank you. I just to the guest in the studio.
Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you. My name is Good News.
Please straight to your comment or question,
quick
please.
One. I think the issue of the open prison, I strongly stand with the first decision of the governor because it is worth doing. But in River State, yeah, there is no open prison disturbing us. The problem in River State for us is insecurity. Where copies are ranching everywhere, disturbing everywhere. In the water area, they are killing everybody. Now, if you tell me that the governor is not the security officer because he's not control the police, but the governor gives order on coffee and the police carries it out, how then? And if you don't hold the governor responsible for insecurity, then unemployment, and you come to blame the former governor, I think you are not getting it right. We must balance issues because tomorrow is our day. I remain good support.
Well, thank you for bringing this issue of the former governor's employment. You see, truth must be told. Like I said, he brought it, so you must allow me to talk about it. If you cut it, that means he brought it. He brought it. Allow me to talk about it.
Go ahead.
Now, how will you tell us, Rivers people, to agree that the former governor meant well when he waited for close to 7 years before he decided to employ 13,000 teachers like he claimed? Because we are hearing from other people that is 10,000. Because appointment letters were flying left, right, and center. A lot of the appointment letters ended up in the granite seller's hand. You understand? But because Governor Nwanosike was a God-fearing man, he knows that these people are Rivers people, or those who live and do business in Rivers State. He said, look, I have come in as a governor. It will be wicked for me to say I'll jettison those employments. The former governor left 5 months pension arrears unpaid, 3 months civil servants unpaid salary. And he came on his birthday in Obiwale Cultural Center. I will not forget that day, 27th of May, 2 days to the handover of power to Governor Nwanosike, and said, it's on tape, AIT has it. I want to, even your station has it, because the station was there that day. I want to see where Governor Nwanosike will get funds to pay workers' salary. Not to talk about working for the people of Rivers State. But we thank God Almighty will pass that stage. Now, where we are now,
we must wrap up the conversation.
I know. Where we are today,
I need I want in a minute to make your closing comment regarding restructuring. In a minute.
My closing comment is that, Mr. President, please, we are begging you. You are over close to 80. And the best you can do for us is to give us a wonderful electoral law that can be able to usher in a perfect or near perfect election or a credible election in 2023. That is one. 2, Mr. President must convoke that national gathering suggested by the South governors, and he must join us to say total no on open grazing, because open grazing is what has been causing the calamity. The last caller is not, the last caller was not correct by saying that cattle rearing is not a problem. It's a problem, because in my local government, I had to create a bylaw. That bylaw was assented to, and even the rearers were in the business of, we are with us, we scheduled the day we assented to that bylaw, but 2-3 months later, they just signed it. And they are grazing on people's farms. I'm talking now. Mothers in the local government and less than they know the truth. They are still raping people. They are still attacking people. Somebody was killed by a Fulani herdsman in my local government. We know how we're managing this situation, but we are tired. So we stand by the South governor to say no to open grazing and total support for restructuring, and total restructuring is what we want.
Chairman, thank you for your time. Thank you for joining the conversation. And my guest, Chairman Ikwerre Local Government Era, Honorable Samuel Nwanosike, was joined the conversation on the LGA chairman across the country, expressing the support for calls for political and fiscal restructuring in the country. Chairman, thanks for your time. Wish you and the people of Ikwerre the very best.
Thank you very much, and God bless you.
We've got a commercial break coming up. News update top of the hour at 5. Discussions continue afterwards. Please stay with us.